I'm doing pretty good. I was telling you in the pregame chat, I just finished doing some yard work. So after hard manual labor, it wasn't actually that hard. I'm ready to sit back and watch a nice game 5 in the first round of the Randomizer League playoffs. Croc, the third seed, actually were at an early disadvantage in this best of 5, going down 1-2, I believe, but have been able to come back to a game 5. So you want to explain what kind of rando we're running with today?
Yeah, so as it is in the rules, for games 3, 4, and 5, the players will be choosing the mode at race time. So we don't know what we're racing until we get into that race room right before the race actually starts. But what happened today was bonus the higher seed team picked first since it's a game 5. He picked full area rando. And then Simo, in response, picked Major Minor, and then Bonus finished it off by turning Boss Rando off. So yeah, that's what we're going to be seeing today.
Yeah, so this is going to be very similar to the randomizers we ran in week 7 of the tournament, where it was co-op area rando with boss rando on. Obviously, there's only one person per team, so you won't have your teammates providing information to you like you would otherwise. So there's a lot. The seeds will generally be taking a lot longer, but to compensate for that, they won't need to worry about any boss shenanigans. The bosses will be in the location that they are expected to be in. So this should be a good race. I don't know how practiced either of these runners are at area rando, but you assume they are probably pretty ready for it. Obviously, Bonus is the one who picked it.
Indeed.
Unfortunately, it looks like Simo having a little bit of trouble getting the screw attack from the ceiling. Does get the backup boost from the zoomer.
Yeah,
See if we get a Billy Mays check here, since they don't have super missiles yet.
Yeah, it is Major Minor, so checking Billy Mays is fairly unlikely, though it could be our logically required first supers, as Devaria Randomizer is one of many complaints, as some runners say. But yeah.
Well, just some power bombs behind Morphball. They do want to check this area back here, since it is full area rando. They want to see what this is. It could potentially be Kraid, it could potentially be G4. It also could just lead them to a good area. This is not one of those cases. It is just going to be the top of Mount Everest, which isn't the most useful area in the game, especially when it's not light area rando, where everything, or rather where one of the connections to the other side of Meridia has to be in that area. Hold on, we lost the stream.
Monk S.
Monk S.
And
But yeah, that area isn't super useful. There aren't a lot of item checks to be done, especially in Major Minor. There's only really Mama Turtle. But they have the information that they won't need to go back there, and that should be good enough for both runners.
yeah, so yeah, the hope is going to be you don't have to go back there, or you can just find another way to get there.
So what are they gonna find?
Yeah, it looks like we found some super missiles at Old Mother Brains, so that's going to be very useful.
Are you watching on the stream?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I've got the Twitch stream open, so I can see what's happening, but it's a fair bit delayed.
Well, I suppose we'll have to make do with what we have until the restream gets fixed on our end. But regardless, there isn't a whole lot going on at the moment, so nothing too fancy. I have to watch an ad before I can actually see the stream.
Yeah, heckin' ads.
Heckin' ads, dude.
Yeah, screw attack in the early game, pretty nice item, especially for those side hoppers, because we have seen runners take some deaths to those, and if you that can just, it doesn't lose too much time. It's really not nice if you have to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Fortunately, like you said, with that screw attack, they were able to check behind Morph door very easily. Looks like we have grappling beam at bombs.
Yeah, and it does look like the Twitch the Discord screen share is back, so that's gonna be nice.
Be back to commentating in real time. Looks like we are going to see a gauntlet check from Bonus in the same SEMA, I believe.
Yeah, it could also just be heading straight over to the right side to check the 2 area transitions, but I'd be very surprised if they didn't check Gauntlet here.
Yeah, with Grappling Beam, they actually have a nice way to get across the moat, so that makes sense. But with 10 Power Bombs and Screw Attack, this is a pretty safe Gauntlet check, even without any E-Tanks. So I would be surprised to see both of these runners not go for it. It is a Game 5, so the runners could potentially be in a mindset of making more risky plays, so they might be skipping this check in hopes that it's nothing and they can save precious time over their opponents. But it looks like it is the other way around. Both runners want to make sure they don't miss any important items, and it's a good thing they didn't, because there's a charge beam.
Definitely, that's a really big item to find, especially in Major Minor, because a lot of the time, if you're getting to the late game, you have all the good things, but you don't have like charge, then you can have to search all the items for charge, and it can be anywhere. So yeah, it's really good to find it early.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like both runners are going to be going all the way through Gauntlet, picking up the 2 miners at the back, and then checking the 2 doors at the bottom of the blue pirate shaft. So we will see what they find there. I tend to find that in a lot of full area rando seeds, the elevator to Green Brinstar ends up being vanilla. Not saying that's going to happen this seed, just a bit of anecdotal thing from my experience. I haven't ran that many seeds, but we'll see if that's the case again here.
Yeah.
Looks like
Bonus
actually
is remembering to check the Terminator here.
Oh, you're right.
Speed, that's a good item to find.
Yep, good thing he didn't skip that. That would have been quite bad. Simo gonna make the check as well. We're gonna see our second area transition. We'll see if it's anything good. Well, there's Mount Everest again.
Yeah, more West Meridia. Yeah, again, West Meridia isn't really too useful until you find a bunch of suitless items or you find Gravity Suit. So yeah, we'll see. And that's G4. So that again, that's gonna be very nice to know, but obviously we won't need it for a while.
Yeah, kind of a pseudo vanilla G4, if you will. Fortunately, they do have access to both of the other doors in Criteria, including the moat door with that grappling beam. So they still have plenty of options. They're not stuck just yet. Or potentially forced to do some Meridia shenanigans. Which I suppose is possible if they find, like, Kraid and Crocomire at the other side of Criteria.
Yeah, that would
be pretty funny.
Yeah, it would, but then you could just find Gravity and it'd be all easy. It's probably the hope. That was a questionable super impact. Like, Bonus just shot the super and it hit the door, but it didn't open the door. That was...
Well, what happened there was your supers, as well as any of your other shots, will travel based on the speed that you're traveling. So basically the first frame the super came out, it was already past the door, so it actually just hit the door transition block behind the door cap and didn't open the door.
Oh, okay, makes sense.
And speaking of Crocomire...
Yeah, I think you called it here. This is a Crocomire WRC bonus. That charge does put Croc into logic because we don't have the ammo to put Croc into logic, but yeah, the charge will just put it straight into logic. And Simo's going to check the mode first.
Yeah, this grapple beam will actually also help in checking the item behind Crocomire, so that could potentially be something useful. Well, there's the other side of Crocomire, actually, from the moat. And Simo, with no Various Suit, is going to bail on that. Makes sense. Bonus? I remember that he has grapple, and he can actually check this item over here. He didn't actually check it yet.
I think that might be the case. Maybe he just wants more health in case he messes it up.
I suppose it's not super hard with grapple beam, but I guess it is, like I said, a game 5. You do want to maybe play a little bit safer than you would otherwise, just to make sure you don't make any mistakes. Looks like Bonus is probably going to be checking it on the way out. Hopefully he remembers it.
Yeah, hopefully it's not a case of I've forgotten that I have grapple.
Yeah,
Maybe he's gonna
Simo's got
save
the grapple
first.
equipped. Looks like he's not going to check it yet either. Okay.
Interesting decisions from our runners today. That's nothing new.
Yeah, I mean, I've been very impressed with the level of play from pretty much every team in the playoffs. I think both of these teams are some of the ones in particular. You know, Dog Ate My Morphball, a lower seed, and even Croc, even though they actually made it all the way to the 3 seed in the regular season, still newer runners, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. Like, oh, Varia suit. Okay.
Yeah, I figured there was going to be something like that behind Croc with what we knew, or the places that were available to the runners.
Yeah, I gotta agree. But yeah, to go back on what you were saying, yeah, the Croc team is composed of fairly newer runners, as opposed to the seasoned other runners of a lot of other teams. But yeah, they've been doing it extremely well. They made it into the 2 through 4 seeding race and got the 3rd seed out of that.
Yeah, really impressive from them. I think Glove, in particular, from Krokavin, has been doing SM Rap for a very long time, so they're definitely very experienced with Rando. I don't really know too much about the other runners, but like I said, I've been very impressed with the level of play they've been showing. It looks like Bonus is going to remember to check the item. Just wants enough speed to jump across. Oh, baby.
Oh, boy. 2
now he's got
suits at
options.
Croc.
Double suit at Croc. You love to see it, and the runners are almost go mode off of that. They have the speed booster to actually make it through Botwoon.
Yeah, you also do need 3 tanks for Rainbow Beam, or the skill of TAS at pause abuse, but nobody wants to do that.
Yeah, with the charge beam as well, they actually have Ridley and Mother Brain in logic, but obviously do need more health and are gonna want more ammo. This is as much of a jet seat as Area Rando can give you. Runners just need to find all 4 of the bosses. They know where G4 is even. And they've got a pretty decent way back to the ship, as long as they can find West Meridius somewhere. There's a lot of transitions there.
Yeah, it looks like Upper Norfair is going to be Bonus's next move. Just right there on the moat. And we'll be seeing what Simo does.
Looks like Bonus is actually going straight to the Gravitron door to see if there's any other areas there that pique their interest.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you. I like that. I like the Gravitron play. Because if it's good, you can go through there. If it's not, you're right next to Speed and Wave, so you can check those minor items and then do the rest of Bubble Mountain from there.
I mean, I assume this is more of a knowledge check than anything else, and it is the bottom of Red Tower. Okay. Not going to explore that further, just going to take all the items here before doing any other shenanigans. I wonder if he's going to check all of the Bubble Mountain items and then leave, or if he's also going to go to the front and check ice and high jump. He's got options, and it looks like he might actually be going straight to the front to go check high jump ice and the doors at the elevator.
Yeah, it definitely could be. And then Simo's just going straight to the front, not worrying about any of that east Upper Norfair stuff.
Well, looks like Bonus is actually just going to go to Bubble Mountain from the Magdalite Chamber. I think the other way is actually probably faster because you have to do a pretty tricky jump without high jump to actually get up Bubble Mountain here. So Bonus is going to have a little bit of trouble with that, but you will see. There's just an E-tank at high jump, but at this point, that might be the best case, just actually getting energy for the seed. Simo not going to be too upset finding that. Looks like Bonus is going to go for this tricky wall jump here at the bottom of Bubble Mountain. It is very tight, but Bonus actually
Wow. Oh,
gets it second try, but unfortunately gets bumped off by the waiver.
yeah, this is a very difficult wall jump. There is the save room jump if you don't want to do this, but yeah.
Looks like that's what Bonus is setting up for. You do need to turn off Speed Booster, but
Yeah.
Bonus should be comfortable with this. This is a pretty standard randomizer trick.
Definitely, and we're gonna be seeing the ice beam check from Simos shortly.
Yeah, with Speed Booster, Ice Beam is actually quite a fast check. You're able to make it through the first couple rooms very quickly. And Simo is already to the item itself. It's just a reserve tank, but like I said, having health is not the worst case scenario here for Simo.
Yeah, I mean, 2 tanks is a lot better than 1, especially when you hard require 3.
Yeah, it's also a lot better than 0, which Bonus currently has. You have to
Agreed.
imagine he's going to find someone somewhere soon, since he is doing all 3 Bubble Mountain checks most likely. Probably going to be one right here if I had to guess, but you never know. Well, kind of.
Yeah, another tank.
Another tank. So Simo is actually not checking the doors at the elevator yet. He's actually going to go all the way back to Bubble Mountain and do those checks now. It's a little bit interesting. I think since if you're going all the way back there, you probably should be checking the doors.
Yeah,
If you
I gotta
find
agree.
a boss or you find Green Brinstar, I would say you probably want to just do those instead of going all the way back to Bubble Mountain, which is pretty slow actually without very many movement items to actually climb Bubble Mountain, which we kind of saw from Bonus. But
Yeah, still
looks
faster
like
than
that's
the
what he's
intended
doing.
way.
Simo is going to be going back to Bubble Mountain. And so this routing might favor Bonus, depending on what doors are at the Norfair elevator. If that's where the runners need to go, then this is actually going to be a lot slower from Simo, because he went all the way to that area and then all the way back to Bubble Mountain, and he'll need to go all the way back there to go to whatever could be over there that they need. It could be Kraid, it could be wreck ship, whatever it could be. Simo
Yeah, but
kind
for
of has
now,
to hope that it's nothing good.
yeah, for now though, we do have bombs at speed booster for bonus, which Simo will be picking up shortly. So yeah, those are going to be a form of can fly. It'll let our runners up the worst room in the game, so that's not going to be a thing that they'll have to worry about. So yeah, for now it's in terms of like major items, with the exception of beams, they're pretty much go mode. But of course they really want some more beams. They probably would like some more movement items, and they need more tanks, and then they also need to find things.
Yeah, having speed booster and not having high jump or space jump is very annoying in certain areas of the game, and Bubble Mountain is definitely one of them. Fortunately, I think Simo was actually able to get up pretty quickly just using the standard jump from the save room.
Yeah, save
Wave
from
beam. There's an E-tank for bonus. Sorry, what were you saying?
Yeah, save from jump, pretty standard. Like you said, most randomizer players will want to know that trick.
All right, so we will see another area transition shortly from bonus. Going to be checking the Lord Norfair escape from single chamber. It can be kind of confusing talking about the area transitions. For example, Crocomire and Lower Norfair escape, you can both be talking about the area and the door leading to that area.
Yeah.
So definitely something to keep in mind. I would not be surprised to see bonus just go through Meridia here. Just get to Dragon. He's got grapple beams, so he has a pretty comfortable kill, even though he doesn't have a ton of energy.
Yeah,
It
with
looks like
both
that's what we're gonna
suits,
see him
that...
do.
Yeah, I like this play from bonus. He does, yeah, like you said, he has a bunch of supers to comfortably kill Bot's Wound, then he might enter Dragon on low health, depending on how he handles Coliseum, but then grapple kill would just basically be it.
Well, with Various Suit, the grapple kill won't actually lose that much health. You have the full environmental damage, so it'll only do about like 60 to 80 damage. And bonus, assuming he gets something like an E-Tank from Botchboon E-Tank, which, since we haven't seen very many, is currently the most likely outcome, he should be fine on energy.
Yeah.
If he's comfortable with that is another question, but we will see. And I expect Simo to be making the same play as bonus, just going all the way through. We'll see if the runners want to check the Forgotten Highway elevator door, or if they just want to leave and check the rest of the upper Norfair doors up in the Norfair elevator. The runners have options after this, but they are going to be doing the same play of just going to Dragon right away. Simo even has more energy, so it's even more comfortable than bonus.
Definitely notable, Simo not checking the Aqueduct item, so he'll be missing out on that super pack. And Plasma Beam at Botwing E-Tank, so that's going to be a pretty big find. So I would not be surprised to see bonus just skipping every minor check at this point.
Well, bonus needs more E-Tanks still.
Yeah, but those are at majors.
Well, you would still be checking major items for them.
So, yeah, I said minors.
Oh,
yeah, minors for ammo.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with that. I don't think there's really any need to. Once you have that charged plasma, you already have a pretty fast boss kill with just that beam combo. And plus, you're likely to find like a wave beam or an ice beam if you're checking every minor or every major for E-Tanks. It's possible that you'll find some more weapon upgrades, so I would tend to agree that unless it's right in the way, you don't really need to check any more minor items. I think there were 2 super packs in high jump that bonus has not picked up yet, so I imagine he'll probably pick up both of those. But after that, I don't know how many he'll actually bother with. Well, gonna check this one right here. Gonna get rewarded with a super missile.
Yeah. Though the runners probably would like another power bomb pack just for the assurance that if they don't find Ice Beam, they'll be able to one-trip Turian, because currently it's like a 28% chance that they'll be able to. I think.
Yeah, very true. Bonus was very careful with his health, and Coliseum is going to be entering with full energy. And with a few plasma shots to open up the fight, this should be a very comfortable grapple kill.
Definitely, the runners have done this a fair few times, because you do this in a fair number of randomizers, just depending on what you come into Dragon with.
Yeah, absolutely. Dragon kind of trolling bonus a little bit. Doesn't look like he's going to go with grapple beam at all. Just gonna use plasma shots and supers.
Yeah, maybe worried about the low tanks, though we do know as you said, it doesn't even deal a full tank with both suits.
Yeah, so let's see. Okay, well, Simo didn't quite get the quick grapple kill.
And bonus will be taking out Dragon first.
We'll see how much health Simo actually loses from the grapple beam itself, not counting any health he's losing from Dragon.
At 164 right now. 124.
He's gonna pop the reserve, but like I said, he does not actually need to, I don't think. Yeah, that only lost about 50 actually.
Yeah, it was like, I don't think it was even 50.
Yeah, it was 48, I think.
Yeah. Some number in that range, not even 50. So yeah, very safe grapple kill.
Yeah, that grapple kill takes way less health than it feels like. And just a reserve tank, I believe that's the 3rd one we've seen so far. We've seen more reserves than E-Tanks, actually. Yeah, it looks like both runners opted to skip it, I believe. I didn't see if bonus picked it up or not.
Yeah, me neither. I did not. I was not paying attention there.
Yeah, not sure, but it doesn't really matter too much. Now, for the interesting part, I suppose, if the runners are going to check the plasma or the Forgotten Highway door, they could check plasma beam as well if they want to find more major items.
Yeah, and also left sand pit.
Left sand pit. Technically, they could go to Shack Tool if they wanted to. That's a little bit sillier when they're this close to being go mode.
Yeah, and also it would be really difficult to get into Shack Tool because you'd either, if you want to grapple in, then you have to do either a gravity jump or a bomb jump with no spring ball, or you can just do a crystal flash clip with bombs if you want to do that.
Yeah,
or you
looks
can
like
just leave Meridia, which is what Bonus will be doing.
yeah, I'm not surprised to see this play. Bonus just skipping everything else in East Meridian, just bailing. There's really no reason to do anything else in this area. There's a lot of very slow major checks that are kind of unlikely to really be anything. Looks like Simo's actually going to do the same play. The only thing that I would maybe argue is checking the Forgotten Highway area transition, since they could potentially be Kraid, right? And if that's Kraid, then you're going to have to do a lot of backtracking to get back to it. Since that means there's only one other entrance to that area, and that's in Upper Norfair. Simo, I believe, has not checked the Gravitron door yet. He's going to be doing that now. You see what I was talking about with this Upper Norfair routing, where Bonus is only going to have to come over to this area once, since this is the next place to go, most likely.
Yeah.
Simo's going to have to come back here for a second time, and so the routing favors Bonus a little bit.
Yeah, though Simo is right next to the Red Tower area, so he'll be able to get to all those transitions a lot quicker.
Yeah, it looks like that's actually what Simo is going to do. Not going to bother going all the way back up to the Norfair elevator. Just going to take these transitions at Red Tower. There's West Meridia again. Still not going to be very useful.
Yeah, West Meridia, like you said, only has one major check. It's a lot of area transitions, but no real like major items.
Yeah, and it looks like we found the last one at the vanilla tube location. So the bottom of Red Tower, kind of a bust. Just gonna be, I mean, it is a path back to Upper Norfair, which can be very useful, but not super useful right now. It is possible they take this path down Red Tower to Upper Norfair, or to the Gravitron, and then go from Gravitron to Croc, because that leads them to Ship, which leads them to G4. But that's looking a little bit too far ahead, maybe. Alright, Simo almost forgot that Spazer Beam. Is going to go back and get it. Just rewarded with an E-Tank.
Yeah, I wouldn't say an E-Tank's a bad reward at this point in the game, though, since they do have a
put him at 3.
comfortable beam.
It's enough to survive Rainbow Beam without shenanigans using the reserves. And Bonus finding the Green Brinstar area at the top of the Norfair elevator. If Kraid is vanilla, this is going to be very good for Bonus.
Agreed.
Well, doesn't look like it. There's actually the other side of Red Tower.
X-ray.
And meanwhile, the vanilla Red Tower door that leads to New Bridge is going to be Kraid. So Simo actually going to be the first one to find that. And of course, the bosses are vanilla, as we saw with Dragon, so they aren't gonna have to worry about any shenanigans here at Kraid. It is just going to be Kraid. Meanwhile, at I believe the Red Tower elevator, Bonus finding the ship. So we found 3 of the bosses so far. Still looking for Lower Norfair, though.
Yeah, really, Lower Norfair is gonna be all we need, and then we're in no mode, so to speak.
Yeah, there aren't a whole lot more doors to check. There's, the back of East Meridia, the back of Ship towards Forgotten Highway, and then a few doors in Green Brinstar, and that's about it, actually. And 2 of those need to lead somewhere in Lower Norfair. I believe the other 2 will lead to each other, because I don't think there's any other area left. Well, regardless, looks like Simo got another E-Tank after killing Kraid. I believe he got the quick kill. While Bonus is using some Doppler strats on Fantoon, you are able to do a 2-round with a full beam combo using, Charge Ice Wave Plasma. But with just Charge Plasma, it's not quite as potent against Fantoon. So Bonus is going to have to settle for a 3-round most likely.
Yeah, you said with the Charge Plasma, it's a fairly free in comparison to a true missile Doppler. It's a fairly free Fantoon fight. And Simo does find high jump, so that's going to be a pretty big find for Simo, since he did find that before Bonus. So we'll see when Bonus actually gets around to that.
Yeah, honestly, the worst case for Bonus, this is going to sound really weird. Maybe I'm completely wrong about this, but the worst case for Bonus might be the possibility that he checks towards Forgotten Highway, and that leads him to Lower Norfair, because that's going to send him very far away from Kraid, right?
That makes sense, yeah. Obviously it'll be good because he'll be finding Lower Norfair, but Simo will probably be finding that too. So, yeah, who knows?
Yeah, it's gonna, because that would send him to Lower Norfair, and then the back or the other entrance to Lower Norfair would send him either somewhere in Brinstar or all the way in Meridia. Both of which would be bad. There's Ice Beam, though. Going to be a really nice find from Bonus, and I imagine he's just going to skip the rest of the item checks here. Well, actually, he's probably going to check the Wreckship E-Tank, since I imagine he's going to go that way, but not going to bother with the top.
Yeah, I would be very surprised to see a bowling play, excuse me.
Yep, looks like Simo is going to be going after
and
Bonus
not
here.
A save. So this is going to be an interesting play because he won't be able to reset out. He'll have to make the trek back, assuming it's nothing.
Well, I assume no save means he is committing to Forgotten Highway. Maybe he just doesn't feel like he needs to save with full suits and plenty of energy.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Simo's going to make up quite a bit of time just having that high jump for better movement over Bonus through Wreckship. Not going to be a whole lot of time in this area in particular. But the time save is going to be continuously adding up until Bonus finds that high jump, or finds Kraid, really. And we don't know when that's going to be, because I would imagine Bonus is going to be going through Forgotten Highway here. And looks like he is. So we will see where this leads him.
So yeah, so there's basically a 2 in 3 chance that this leads to Lower Norfair and Bonus is good. But
well, it's a 2 in 4. Wait,
2 and is there?
No, that's not right. There's 5 doors left.
No, there can't be 5 doors. You can't have 5 doors, then you have 1 door that leads.
Well, 5 plus this one that he's going to now.
But there was Lava Dive on LN side, 3 Musketeers on LN side, Forgotten Highway on Meridia side, and the one Bonus is checking now. What are the other doors?
Okay, hold on. Let me think, because there's the back of West Meridia up by Forgotten Highway, right?
Yeah.
There's both Lower Norfair doors. There's 2 Green Brinstar doors.
Oh yeah, you're right. There is the 2 Green Brinstar doors. Yeah, I forgot.
And then there's this one here, which it looked like that it was actually vanilla. It leads to the back of Meridia, and that might be good news for Bonus because it means he's going to go back towards Red Tower and he's going to find Kraid. So he's probably really annoyed here, going all the way back here for nothing. But this is kind of a blessing in disguise for him.
Yeah.
And so he is going to send him right back to Kraid. Hopefully. We've seen all the doors in West Meridia, right?
Yeah, we have. West Meridia is, aside from the major item there, it's nothing.
Okay, I thought so. I was pretty sure we've seen everything there. So yeah, with that, it's just the 2 doors we haven't seen in Green Brinstar, and they both connect to Lower Norfair.
Yeah, though I wouldn't be surprised to see Bonus check the 2 Green Brinstar transitions now, just seeing as once he leaves wreck ship through the front and then goes out red tower, he'll be right by green Brinstar. So
That's true. I wonder. I think that's still favorable for Simo though, because he's already done Kraid. He has 3 bosses left. He's going to find East Meridia here and probably turn back. He'll be at the top of Red Tower, and the other door at the top of Red Tower will lead him to Norfair Elevator, and then the other door at Norfair Elevator leads him to Green Brinstar, which is where he wants to go. Whereas Bonus is still looking for Kraid.
yeah, like you said, the second Simo finds Ella and he's go mode.
Exactly. Bonus is probably going to be checking all of the doors at the bottom of Red Tower before going to Green Brinstar, I'd expect. And it looks like that's exactly what he's doing.
Okay, so yeah, not what I was thinking.
This is about what I was thinking. Fortunately, he's going to find Kraid very quickly.
Yeah,
Since that is the next door.
Also worth noting, as chat points out, Simo didn't do the right super check in wreck ship, so he skipped ice. So that
that's true.
could play a factor. So yeah, definitely worth noting.
You do get the refill going down the Turian elevator. I don't think you get it a second time though. So
You do.
He doesn't.
You get it a
do?
second
Okay.
time. Yeah.
Okay, so that's not even that bad. I would imagine he just does the first Metroid room and then goes back and immediately refills, just to minimize any time loss.
Yeah.
If he's
Or
not
if
picking up ice beam.
Yeah. Or if you're feeling lucky, or if you're feeling really behind and you want to gamble on like the 28% chance, you can just go through to room 3 and hope for 2 power bomb drops.
Well, assuming Simo does what we think he's going to do and go right into Green Brinstar, he will find Lower Norfair at the New Bridge door. Or not the New Bridge door, the Green Hill Zone door.
Why do you say that? Oh yeah.
What do you mean?
Oh yeah, because nothing left. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
that has to be one of the 2 entrances to Lower Norfair, because it can't loop back into Green Brinstar, because then the seed's not completable.
Yeah.
So if he does that, and he's been keeping good track of his route back to G4, then he's going to enter. He's going to enter G4 very, like he's going to be at a very good pace. It's going to be like sub 50 G4, and if you're getting sub 50 G4 in an area rando, you're probably feeling pretty ahead.
Yeah.
So if Simo is thinking about what I said with the refill strats, then that's what he should do. It's a lot easier for us to say that, though, since we're not the ones running. He actually thought about checking the Green Hill Zone missile, it looked like, just to potentially find some power bombs.
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't say that's a bad play. And he does find the Three Musketeers one, which is the faster one to complete all of Lower Norfair. And
yeah. I imagine he doesn't even bother going back to check the other one. He should know, if he's been keeping track, that that's just going to be the top of Green Brinstar, and that's not where he needs to go. So he won't even need to worry about the front of this area. Just needs to worry about Ridley. Does have a little bit of low health, but we'll likely find an E-Tank here at Firefly. Hopefully, for his sake. And even if it's something like Space Jump, it's going to give him a lot better movement. If it's Wave Beam, it gives him a better Ridley kill.
if it's Spazer, it gives him the win automatically.
Well, it's X-Ray. That doesn't give him anything.
Yeah. I mean, unless he somehow miraculously finds 3 tanks, which I highly doubt he will, then X-Ray is pretty much useless at this point in the game.
Yeah, so this is actually going to give Bonus a little bit of time to make up over Simo, because I imagine Simo's going to spend a little bit of time farming for Ridley. Whereas Bonus, if he's diligent with his health, with conserving his health rather, then he won't need to do that farming, so that is a potential source of time save, but I think with how Simo's routed this, he's quite ahead at the moment. Bonus, meanwhile, did kill Kraid while we were talking about Simo's route. So does have that boss down and does have high jump. Just looking for lower Norfair, and he's about to get a rude awakening that he needs to go all the way back up Red Tower to get to Green Brinstar.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, or you could go all the way through Upper Norfair.
Yeah, this is an Upper Norfair door right here, right?
No, this one is vanilla, right? No.
Yeah, well, at least Upper Norfair. I was right. So he can take this up to the Upper Norfair elevator, just going through Magnolite Chamber and then going across Frog Speedway. Could also have taken the Croc escape. I think that would have been a little bit faster, but that's just semantics at this point.
Yeah,
and so this will put him right where he needs to go.
Yeah. To do that room fast, the bonus just went through, is impossible. Going that way, it is confirmed impossible by every Mappo runner ever. There's like no good strat.
Well, he's just gonna go the fast way.
Yeah. I mean, Speedway is usually fast.
Yeah,
unless you're being soft locking the Speedway when doing Speedless Speedway.
Good news for Simo is he actually didn't spend all that much time farming up. Got pretty good health drops from the pirates, or the metal pirates it looked like, and after doing a little bit of farming in the pre-Ridley room, was able to get up to 400 energy, which, if you're comfortable with old route, this is pretty much an old route Ridley kill, with a little bit of a worse beam combo, but you do have the supers to use, plus having the screw attack, which will avoid Ridley's hitbox, except for his tail.
Yeah. Screw attack, a really valuable resource in the Ridley fight.
Yeah, Ridley's already almost dead for Simo, it looks like. So the big question now is how much time is this Ice Beam going to save bonus?
Yeah, I think
it's
it's
full
like
area behind Simo at the moment, but does have that Ice Beam to make Turian a lot faster.
Yeah, and it also will make Mother Brain a bit faster. And will give him a faster Zep skip.
And Ridley.
Yeah.
Things are definitely looking good for both runners. This is going to be a very close race, and this, like I said, this is a game 5. The loser is going to be going home. Space Jump is actually really nice. Gives them a little bit better movement through the rest, or back through the lower Norfair escape, rather.
Yeah, it could potentially help an escape, maybe. And depending on what Metroid room strats Simo does, it might help there.
Well, Simo doesn't really have a whole lot of room to do Metroid strats without any Ice Beam.
Yeah, but you can use Space Jump to not be in the acid and not take damage there.
Very true.
So yeah. It's the little things, the little benefits.
Yeah, absolutely. Bonus might opt to skip the item entirely with Ice Beam, since there's not really anything that gives him a whole lot of value besides exactly Space Jump.
Yeah, and also worth noting that Simo is still on 10 power bombs, so it's going to be interesting to see what decision he makes when he enters Turin. Is he going to play it safe and just take the refill immediately, or is he going to play it risky and bet on the drops?
Yeah, it's very possible he doesn't even really think about taking the refill right after the first room. Obviously, we have the comfort of watching the race to theorycraft things like that, but if Simo hasn't thought about that before, it's very hard to ad-lib something like that when you're in a very high-pressure situation like this.
Yeah.
So the question is, what route does Simo actually take back to the ship? What I would expect him to do, I don't think this is the fastest route, but this is the most obvious route, is probably just go back to Newbridge, back to Norfair Elevator, and then take Frog Speedway down to Croc, and then go from Croc to ship and go all the way across, which is very slow, but if you haven't done diligent tracking with how all of the West Meridia spots connect, then that's the route I would expect Simo to take. We'll see if he has a better route than that, though.
Yeah, the other alternative would be to somehow get to West Meridia and then get to the crab hole transition, and that'll just take him right next to G4.
Yeah, there's pretty good ways to get to West Meridia. He can actually, well, looks like he is going down the elevator.
So yeah, this is probably just going to be going down to bottom of Croc, which will be pretty fast, though we will have to spend time getting the GGG.
Yeah, I think the fastest way would actually be to go down Red Tower, maybe? It's actually going to go the southern route to Croc, even. A little bit slower coming from the elevator, since, normally you would do it in an old route because you're coming from Ice Beam. But if you're more comfortable with the strats, then it doesn't lose that much time. So yeah, just going to take the slow but safe way to Turian. But yeah, I think the fastest way is probably going down Red Tower, since there's 2 entrances to West Meridia there. And you can cross, they're both kind of at the bottom, but you can cross the bottom of West Meridia, go up to Mount Everest, and then that brings you right next to G4. You could do like the old route strats of sparking up Mount Everest to go towards Aqueduct.
Yeah, I mean, you could do that, or you could just do the hole-in-one strat that I see Ryu do when he runs GT Classic and just space jump up Mount Everest that way.
I suppose. Either way, Simo just took the safer strats of going straight to the ship and then going across the ship to G4. Definitely don't blame him there. And so, yeah, it all comes down to how fast does Bonus make it to Turian, and how much time is this Ice Beam going to save? You definitely have to feel like Simo is in an advantageous position right now. But it's hard to say for sure.
Yeah, I think both runners are pretty advantageous right now, seeing as they don't have Spring Bolt.
Rip.
Smile.
Yeah, like chat saying, both routes are probably pretty comparable in speed. I think going down Red Tower is probably a little bit faster, but it's hard to say. Well, Simo, grouping the Metroids, does need to be careful. He did not save before doing this, and he's going to get very low in this room, especially with 3 Metroids latched onto him, and potentially with that 4th one grabbing on later as well. He's doing a very good job keeping it off.
Oh, he didn't open the door.
He's actually doing it. Let's go,
He didn't open the door. He didn't open the door, I don't think.
That doesn't matter. He killed all the Metroids, I believe.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure once you kill all the Metroids, they don't respawn.
I
don't think
know.
it matters whether you open the door or not.
Who knows?
Just gonna take the elevator right away, and that gives him full power bombs.
And also full health.
Yeah, and refills his health. Looks like Bonus is actually taking the exact same route back to the ship. I'm not surprised by that. I think, like I said, that's the way that will become most obvious to you while you're running the seed. Since it's hard to really think about the finer points of the routing, since it's just so random. You only really get one shot to commit the location to memory when it's not really a useful location like West Meridia.
Yeah, though you were right. You don't need to open the door. False alarm, everybody. I was wrong.
Yeah, I was pretty sure. I was pretty sure you didn't need to open the door.
Yeah.
You were scaring me though.
Yeah, I think I just heard somebody say it. But now we know.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of that's like similar to that is that the door doesn't actually check if you've killed Metroids. It only checks how many enemies you killed, and obviously enemies include Rinkas, not Rinka, or includes Rinka spawners, which are invincible, not Rinkas. The Rinkas are just projectiles. But for example, if you were able to kill 3 non-Metroid enemies in the rooms with 3 Metroids, then the door would open. Which is completely useless in every single situation, except for if you're somehow you somehow have different enemies in the rooms. But it is a fun way of knowing little quirks of how the game works. Can't actually check for killing specific enemies, but can check for number of enemies killed. Anyway, Simo not even going to bother with Baby Skip. That makes sense. No wave beam. Even though you've got full movement items, it's very slow. Plus, didn't quite have that much energy entering in the first place. So it makes sense. Bonus, entering Turian isn't going to have to go back to do that refill with the ice beam, but having a little bit of trouble in room 1. It's going to be fairly close, but I think Simo is still ahead enough. Depends on Zeb Skip, though. Remember that Simo doesn't really have a comfortable way to do Zeb Skip. I would imagine he just supers the Zebs, honestly.
Yeah, it's only a 40-shot fight on Mother Brain, so it's not
40-shot fight.
not that bad.
It's less than New Route. Simo actually taking the save. I really like this. I think with the timer, he's entering Mother Brain 1 at like 51 minutes flat with this save. Simo definitely feels like he's ahead. And for good reason.
Yeah, I mean, he is.
So I do like the save. Unfortunately, I don't know, like, if he dies on Mother Brain 2 and has to reset. Oh, this is a nice speed Zeb Skip, by the way. Actually gets it first try.
Yeah,
really
very nice.
Yeah, if he does die on Mother Brain 2, I don't know if he actually can make up enough time on bonus, but he probably feels like he's more ahead than he actually is, since, like I said, this has been a very fast seed.
Yeah, like those suits were extremely early, and then all the movement items.
Yeah,
I feel like getting a high jump early was a big difference maker in this race.
I mean, Simo just routed a lot of Red Tower a little bit better. I believe the Red Tower entrance was it at LN Escape, like from single chamber?
No, it was at what am I thinking about? The Chronic Boost one, Gravitron.
Right, it was at Gravitron. So yeah, the fact that there was an LN entrance there, and then Simo got to check all of the bottom doors, which were junk earlier, the bottom doors in Red Tower, that is, and also found Kraid much earlier. Like you said, that high jump saved a lot of time, but just getting to Kraid that much earlier, not having to go all the way down Red Tower and then all the way back up like Bonus did to get to where he needed to go, ended up saving a lot of time. Like, Simo made up a lot of time just off of routing a little bit better. And It looks like that is probably going to be the difference as long as he avoids these catch-up shots. And looks like... don't want to call it too early. There are still some shenanigans that can happen in Escape, but with Bonus having a little bit of trouble getting this Zeb Skip without Wave Beam, things are looking very good for Simo and for his team. Dog ate my Morphball, the 14th seed in playoffs, in prime position to take down the number 3 seed Croc Avine. This is a very big upset.
Yeah, in terms of seed number, it is a really big upset. And next round, the winner of this match, their team will be facing the winner of number 6 seed Funky Town versus number 11 seed Good Boys. Funky Town currently 2-0 in that matchup, though they still do have potentially 3 more matches to play. Though I believe Antinomy on Team Good Boys does need to beat Galamaz in their gravity match for Good Boys to still stay in the race.
Yeah, Galamaz, obviously the winner of the Randomizer tournament in 2017. Maybe not showing as impressive skills as he did then, but still showing that he's a very solid Randomizer runner. And that's going to be a very tough match for both Sephi and Gala. And obviously Sephi has the additional pressure of being down 0-2. You know, if he loses his team, which was one of the favorites to win it all, honestly, you know, with Sloters, with Cutie, with Sephi, obviously, would be out of the tournament 0-3 in the first round.
Yeah, I mean, 8 teams have to lose in the first round. That's how it is.
And meanwhile, going back to this race, Simo, done with Mother Brain 3.
Yeah. It's going to be probably getting like a really high 56 or a really low 57. think that's.
I think that this might be a 56 flat. Like this doesn't take.
You mean a 57? You mean 50? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm
56 flat. I was right.
Yeah. I'm being dumb. I was doing my math wrong. 56 flat, not 57 flat.
You added an extra minute.
Yeah, I did.
I do that all the time. No worries. But yeah, a really nice area rando time from Simo. Bonus probably feels pretty ahead as well, honestly. He's probably... This is going to be a very, very sad done on the side of Croc. You know, Bonus feels like he's super ahead. And obviously, it's a game 5. Both of his teammates likely watching, seeing the situation where it's basically all over but the crying now.
Yeah.
Definitely a hard situation to be in for Croc, but like we said, they definitely had a very impressive showing in this tournament. You know, a team of 3 players who hadn't really done that much in the randomizer community, you know, going all the way to 3rd seed in the regular season, and still, even though they were upset in the first round, they took the series all the way to 5 games. But for Simo, he doesn't need to think about what could have been. He is done. Dunning with an official SRL time of 56 minutes and 4 seconds in first place. And with that, Dog Ate My Morphball is going to be moving on to the second round of the playoffs.
Yeah, GG's to Dog Ate My Morphball. And yeah, we're going to be seeing if we can get Simo in for an interview.
Yeah, hopefully we can get both runners in for an interview. I think this is a really fun seed. You don't really expect area randos to be this free, but you know, getting speed booster and both tanks and charge beam before ever really leaving the ship area, and knowing where G4 is, this seed was crazy at the beginning and didn't really let off the brakes after that. And like we said, Simo routing a little bit better, getting that high jump earlier. Not needing to backtrack all the way through Red Tower as much. Just saved that little bit of time that seems to have made a whole lot of difference for your entire team in the tournament.
Definitely.
Meanwhile, Bonus is going to done with an official time of 57:31, so still a very impressive area rando time.
Indeed. Yeah, GG's to both teams.
Yeah, like I said, definitely nothing to be ashamed of for Croc, even though it definitely feels bad to be the much higher seed and getting upset by a much lower seed. Obviously, they still had a very impressive showing in the randomizer tournament, in the randomizer league rather, and they definitely have nothing to be ashamed of. And it looks like we are going to be joined by Simo. GG, good job putting your team into the quarterfinals. How are you feeling?
I feel pretty good about it. Like getting sub-hour on an area seed is always like pretty nice. But I guess when you find like both suits immediately like that, that's just kind of how the seed's gonna go, and it's just exploring at that point. Or I guess for like some energy tanks and like a better beam.
Yeah, seeing you skip the ice that was at Wreck Ship Right Super, it was slightly alarming, but yeah, you had enough of a lead that it didn't really matter.
Oh yeah, that would have been nice, but I don't know. There's a whole bunch of checks I feel that I still hadn't done. I wasn't sure if it would be worth it to go do that. And right side supers is like a little bit long.
Yeah, it's definitely a decently slow check at that point, but yeah, you definitely played well, and the same to Bonus. GG to you, Bonus.
Hey, thank you.
Unfortunate how it turned out, but you definitely played well.
Yeah, I can't complain about that. It always hurts to lose like after Mother Brain 2 or 3 or wherever it was, but it was a good race. Pretty happy with how I played.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, GG. I'm excited to watch it back, especially since it's as close as it was.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. The dot dungeons that you see in Escape are always the worst ones.
Yeah. I feel like that's happened to me a couple times this season.
I was running to the ship and I was like, oh man, I hope I'm about to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Simo, we were kind of talking about it on the stream. You how you played Turian without Ice Beam, actually doing the refill after the first room. We were really impressed by that play. So I kind of wanted to ask what was going through your head entering Turian.
It was pretty much my plan to just go clear the first room and go take the refill. I know some people, if they get a power bomb drop in the first room, they're okay with continuing because I think you get like 2 more rooms to maybe get a power bomb drop. But I think I pretty much just always go fill up after doing the first room there.
Yeah, it definitely was a nice heads up play to see. And the only other thing I wanted to ask, I guess both runners, was early on at Crocomire, actually, both of you actually skipped the Croc E-Tank check until after the grapple check. So I was kind of wondering why both of you did that when you both had grappling beam available to get across.
I didn't want to fall in the acid and die and be embarrassed.
Yeah, same. You know, it's like, yeah, I will probably make it across, but just like one slip up and I'm dead. And I might as well go get a save first.
Yeah, definitely a fair choice, especially with how close this race ended up being. A death there would have most likely decided the race. So definitely can't blame you there. But that's all the questions I really have. MM2, do you have anything else you want to ask?
Oh yeah, so I think it was bonus. What was your thinking when you decided after checking? Wait, no, it was Simo. Whoever went to, I can't remember which one it was, but you checked high jump and ice first thing in Norfair. Yeah, it was Simo. You checked high jump and ice first thing in Norfair, and then you skipped the upper Norfair elevator transitions. What was your line of thinking on that?
I just didn't really want to take a slow elevator to check a couple of transitions and then come back down. I felt like it would be better to just go get the major items and check like the 2 transitions on the other side, and then it worked out because I think one of them ended up looping back that way.
Yeah, definitely an understandable call. Items before transitions is a very understandable policy to have when you're doing area randos. But yeah, I think that's it for me. So yeah, any final words from you guys?
Well, this is Croco Van's last match, and I had a blast. So thank you to everyone who helped run this tournament, and everyone who's on the crew helps get the restreams going. This was a lot of fun. I can't wait till next season.
Thank you so much for the commentary and the tracking. Commentary from Derp and MM2, and then tracking from somebody. I don't see them right
2D
now.
Tones.
2D
Tones
Tones.
was our
Thank you
track.
so much. I really appreciate it. I always enjoy being on Restream. It's a lot of fun. We wouldn't be able to do that without you guys. Get GG's to bonus and Croc Auvin. I'll do my best against Zost and or Sloters for you. But
Yeah, take them down.
Yeah, good luck. You'll need it.
Yeah, good luck with that.
it'll be fun. But again, thank you so much and have yourselves a great day.
Well, yeah, I guess I'll say my final piece. GG's to both you guys. Great match today. Definitely a great time to watch. And yeah, shout outs especially to our tracker for today, 2D Tones, putting in all the work behind the scenes, making sure me and Derp can keep ourselves straight and know what the runners have got. And yeah, shout outs to all the Randomizer League admins and all the other people behind the scenes for making this thing possible. But yeah, with that, Derp, I think I'll let you finish us off.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got plenty more high stakes randomizer matches coming up over the next 2 days. Later tonight at 8 p.m., we have Johnny B. Croc versus Team. Krokemeyer versus Kishmo both running in that game 5. And then at 10 p.m., we have an even bigger upset potentially than this one, at least seeding-wise. Shaq Tool's Digging Game versus Gravity Skip. And remember, the number 1 seed, Shaq Tool's Digging Game, was down 0-2 before Asher won Game 3 and Game 4. But obviously, you can't run the same runner in Game 4 and Game 5. So Aussie 101 is going to be representing Shaq Tool's Digging Game against Phoenix Down 23. That's at 10 p.m. And yeah, it's another Game 5. And then finally, this weekend at least, we have a match at 10 p.m. on Sunday, the third match in the Funky Town versus Good Boys matchup, Galamaz versus Antinomy. And remember that Good Boys is currently down 0-2 in that one. So we have 5 different teams over the next 2 days, fighting for their tournament lives. So we've got a lot of high stakes matches coming up this weekend. You will not want to miss any of it. So I believe that is going to do it for us. So we will see you next time.